Mark Pearl, my wife and I, Lori Pearl, own Tigard Bowl in Tigard, Oregon. It's a 14-lane bowling center with no video games. It's all about bowling here. Majority of our customers, open play and league, have their own equipment because that's what they do here. And we bust our butt to keep it that way. Well, it's been a challenge, rethinking everything and how we have to follow guidelines for the safety of everyone. My biggest concern is my employees and my family, and when I say that, my customers that are here, because we're such a small center, we are family. So we've been doing stuff. We put up signs in the bathrooms and we're going to do a checkoff list every hour. We're going to go in and wipe everything down and make sure, I know that you're required to wipe stuff down once a day. We're going to do it every hour. We've hung up these, which hopefully you'll see these in the future, but hung up these panels in between every pair of lanes. They're acrylic. They're see-through, but they're colored. They actually look pretty good, I think, if you like having panels between your lanes. We also have a process for dealing with the house equipment. For people that don't have their own equipment, they want to come in and bowl. They're going to have a sanitized ball they're going to be using. When they'll be done, they'll be leaving it on the rack. We'll go down and sanitize the area as well as the bowling balls they use and put them back on the shelf so that everything stays sanitized in that position. We've done the same thing with obviously our check-in counter, our bar counter, food counter. We put up, screens. I hope that with or without vaccine, we get past this thing. We don't have to worry about this stuff anymore. I think that everybody has become a lot more responsible over the last 6 months. The 6 months I've been closed, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to open. If that means wear a mask 24 hours a day, I got to make a living. I love what I do, and this is our life. So we'll do whatever we need to do to make things workable and be as safe as anyone else. Boy, it's been a huge effect. I've got people that rely on this place, and to non-bowlers, they might not understand this as much, but anybody that's an actual bowler or bowls on a semi-regular basis, that this is really important part of your social life. And I've got a lot of elderly people that they like to bowl. Some of them have been bowling since the 50s. I know he's a widower, and this was his form of exercise. He doesn't go walking, he doesn't do this, that, the other thing. He's got a pretty sheltered life at his age, and when all this COVID stuff, of course, is very vital to keep people like him safe from the germs and everything else. The man's had a stroke, and I personally think that a big part of that is just sitting around for 6 months, where he used to have something to look forward to. He had a social outgoing activities that he did twice a week for sure, if not more. So as far as my family, I haven't been down here as much. Of course, we were down here making improvements for the first couple months, doing as much as we could to, with no money coming in. But after a while, you're like, why am I going down there? It's emotionally depressing. When you are used to being busy and having something to do all the time, or a mission, when all of a sudden you don't have a mission, you're up till 3 in the morning and you get up at 11. Stuff like that has changed. It just slowly metabolizes into something completely different. It takes a lot of work to try to pull it back down, which fortunately I've been doing. The PPP saved our butts. The extra help that the government gave us was phenomenal. I'm not going to complain about that. We've tried to keep all of our people off unemployment. We kept everybody on staff, even though we were closed. People came in, most of them came in, helped clean the place and get it, so it's spotless and ready to open at a moment's notice, because we expected it to be a 2-week thing, maybe a 3-week thing, and after 4 months we had to finally lay them off, and that was really hard. And the reason we kept them on in the first place is we had a good crew. Our customers know our crew, they expect our crew, they want to deal with our crew, and our crew wants to deal with them. And you don't want to lose that when it takes a long time to get it. We've been in this business quite a while, and it takes a long time to get a good staff that gets along with everybody and does their job. You also learn a lot about a lot of people when they're not here during this type of thing. You learn a lot about some of the employees that you might not have known before, about how ambitious and excited they are about this place, and or the opposite. I don't want to call out numbers, but let's just say for us to stay in business, even with the doors closed and the business closed, it costs us 5 digits a month to exist with zero income. We got ongoing equipment bills, we have ongoing services, we have ongoing property that we pay for on a regular basis because we are buying the property. It's a hardship. We were pretty excited to make payroll, on certain times of the year, being open. So not having that and still having to pay out the amounts that we paid prior to closing, minus the payroll, which is significant, but it's tough, and we've been closed for so long now. I mean, it's been a half a year. I don't know about anybody else, but we were prepared for a rainy day, and if something came down, that we would be able to survive this thing. But 6 months, that's a half a year. I don't know how anybody can have enough money put away, and I'm sure that some people have access to more than I do, and they have a lot bigger expenses than I do, and are hurting just as bad as I am, just in a different level. But for the way we are, I can't understand. I can't see how we made it 6 months. But that's winding down. I mean, if we don't get open pretty soon, we're going to be another check on the box that, that was here since 1954, actually, business in Tigard, and no longer in business.